Guys, I hope you're doing well. I'm going a little bit crazy at home, not being able to read to anyone and seeing all my friends. So today we're going to do a video read aloud on the book Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. I've had those kinds of days before and they are just not fun. Nothing seems to go right. Before we start reading, let's go over the different parts of a book. This part, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, what part of the book is that called? Does anyone remember? It's a very important part of the book called the title. The title tells us the name of the book. Judith Dorset is the author. What does an author do for a story? Oh, yeah, an author writes all the words in the story and writes the story. The illustrator, Ray Cruz, does what in a book? The illustrator draws all the pictures. So the illustrator is the person that did this part of the story. Let's read this book and see what it's about and what happens to Alexander. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. When I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on my skateboard and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running. And I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Oh, this already sounds bad. At breakfast, Anthony found a Corvette Stingray car in his breakfast cereal box, and Nick found a junior undercover agent code ring in his breakfast cereal box. But in my breakfast cereal box, all I found was breakfast cereal. Oh, no toy for him, but his brothers got toys. That doesn't sound like a very fun day. I think I'll move to Australia. Wow, that's a far way to move away from your family for having a bad day. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibbon let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window, too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smushed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be carsick. No one even answered. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Oh man, it's just getting worse for Alexander. At school, Mrs. Dickens liked Paul's picture of the sailboat better than my picture of my invisible castle. That would be hard to see an invisible castle, wouldn't it? At singing time, she said I sang too loud. At counting time, she said I left out 16. Who needs 16? It's a weird number. I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Mayo was his next best friend and that I was only his third best friend. Oh, that probably really hurt Alexander's feelings, don't you think? That hurts my feelings if someone says they're not my friend. I hope you sit on a tack, I said to Paul. Ooh, that's not nice. I hope the next time you get a double-decker strawberry ice cream cone, the ice cream part falls off the cone part and lands in Australia. Whoa, that would be a really far way for ice cream to fall. And there were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles. Ooh, yum. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? Oh man, poor Alexander. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. That's what it was. Because after school, my mom took us all to the dentist, and Dr. Fields found a cavity just in me. Come back next week and I'll fix it, said Dr. Fields. Oh no, cavities don't feel good. They hurt your teeth a lot. You need to brush really well so that doesn't happen. Next week, I said I'm going to Australia. On the way downstairs, the elevator door closed on my foot, and And while we were waiting for Mom to get the car, Anthony made me fall where it was muddy, and then I started crying because of the mud. Nick said I was a crybaby. And while I was punching Nick for saying crybaby, my mom came back to the car and scolded me for being muddy and fighting. Oh my goodness, there's a lot there that's not very nice. Calling people names isn't okay. That hurts people's feelings, doesn't it? And punching people, that's not okay either. You need to use your words when you're upset. I'm having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I told everyone. No one even answered me. That doesn't feel good when people don't answer when you're saying things, does it? So then we went to the shoe store to buy some new sneakers. Anthony chose white ones with blue stripes. Nick chose red ones with white stripes. I chose blue ones with red stripes. But the shoe man said we're all sold out. They made me buy plain old white ones. But they can't make me wear them. When we picked up my dad at his office, he said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as could be, except for my elbow. Oops. He also said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I caught Australia. My dad said, please don't pick him up anymore. It was a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. There were lima beans for dinner, and I hate limas. There was kissing on TV. Ew, and I hate kissing. My bath was too hot. I got soap in my eyes. My marble went down the drain, and I had to wear my railroad train pajamas. I hate my railroad train pajamas. It's hard to turn this page. I'm happy I'm not having a terrible day. When I went to bed, Nick took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse nightlight burned out, and I bit my tongue. Ouch! The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not with me. It's been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. And that's absolutely true. Some days are, even in Australia. Hmm. Have you ever had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day like Alexander in this story? Sounds like his day was horrible. I feel so bad for him. Can you draw a picture of something you could do if you had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day? How could you make your day better? What's something that's really fun that you could do? Draw that in a picture. After you draw the picture, can you write a sentence about what you would do to make your day better? I can't wait to see all those pictures. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Oops, that was silly. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye.